So you're going to Magic Kingdom, but you're really overwhelmed because there are so many rides, shows, transportation methods, and that's just a lot going on. But don't worry, I'm here to help. I'm Sam, your adventure concierge for all things Walt Disney World travel, and today we are walking through everything that's at Magic Kingdom at the time of filming, which is February 2025. So I have a list here because it's so much, but I've also made a prettier list for you. It looks like this, and it's linked below. If you're one of my clients and we are working together to plan your trip, I would really encourage you to print off that list and mark off anything that you really want to prioritize so that we can work together to make your perfect itinerary. If you're not using a travel agent or anything like that, but you would like to, please reach out to me. We can start planning your trip. But I have other ways that I can help you without being your travel agent, and you can check those out on my website, yourhappiesttravel.com. Okay, let's get into it. So, Magic Kingdom is organized into different lands, and they are all in a wheel around the spoke that is Cinderella Castle. So I have structured this in a way where we're going to go land by land, and in that land we're going to name all the dining, all of the attractions, the rides. So let's get into it. First, when you walk in to Magic Kingdom, you are going to go down Main Street, USA. Let's get started. So for quick service dining, if you're not sure what quick service dining is, for the purpose of this video, quick service dining are going to be anything that you don't need a reservation for. These are things that you're going to walk up to a counter, you're going to order it on mobile order, and you're going to find your own seat, or you're going to kind of just grab it and go kind of thing. So first, Casey's Corner. This one is going to be at the very end of Main Street, USA. They have hot dogs, they have mini corn dogs, they have some really interesting types of hot dogs if you're into that. The other quick service is going to be the Main Street Bakery. It's going to be on your right-hand side when you are going down Main Street, USA, and it is the Starbucks location for Magic Kingdom. All of the parks have Starbucks in them. This is Magic Kingdom's. They're going to have pretty much the same exact menu as your Starbucks at home. So if you really have a favorite, then congratulations, you can have it on vacation. Okay, let's move on to table service dining. So, on Main Street, USA, you're going to come across the Crystal Palace. That's at the very end of Main Street, USA, and it's going to be a character dining experience, meaning characters are going to be there and they will come to your table instead of you having to go to them or wait in line, anything like that. Now, the characters at Crystal Palace are going to be Winnie the Pooh and friends. So if you have a Winnie the Pooh lover, this is a really great one. Now, this is a breakfast, lunch, and dinner buffet, and it's going to be around $50 per adult for breakfast, around $60 adult for lunch and dinner. The kids' prices, you're going to see around $30-$40. You can check all of the prices, menus, and everything on the My Disney Experience app. The next table service is going to be the Plaza Restaurant. This one is going to be open for lunch and dinner, and you're going to find it to be around $15 to $35 per adult. They have things like sandwiches, salads, and milkshakes. All the kids' pricing, all the pricing for everything is going to be on that app. The last table service is going to be Tony's Town Square Restaurant. This is an Italian, think Olive Garden food, and it is Lady and the Tramp theme. The entrees are going to be around $15 to $35, just like our the Plaza that we just talked about. I have never eaten there. I hear that it is like an Olive Garden, but it's very, very cute if you have a Lady and the Tramp lover. Okay, rides on Main Street, USA. This is going to be the Main Street vehicles. They're like little cars, old-timey cars, that you can just ride from the beginning of Main Street down to the castle and they'll drop you off. This isn't really like a ride that you would typically see at Disney World, but it's a super cute little thing you can do. They usually just run in the morning, And then the other one is going to be the Walt Disney Railroad, which is going to be the train that goes around Magic Kingdom. It has 3 stops, one on Main Street USA, one in Frontierland, I do believe, and one in Fantasyland. So you can ride the railroad all the way around the park, or you can get off at the next stop. It's very, very cool. So your other attractions that you're going to find on Main Street, you're going to find the Dapper Dans. They are a barbershop quartet that sing and they play these cool instruments and stuff. And there's also the Casey's Corner pianist who plays the piano outside of Casey's Corner, and you can like request music. It's really cute. Characters on Main Street are going to be Mickey Mouse, and he's in the Town Square Theater. Moving on, our next land is going to be Tomorrowland. Now, Tomorrowland and Fantasyland are open for early theme park entry, which is that special perk that you get being a resort guest. You can go into the parks 30 minutes early. Now, not the whole park, it's not open, but Tomorrowland and Fantasyland are both open, and they both have great rides for you to do in that first 30 minutes. So let's talk about dining first. For your quick service, you're going to have Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. It's going to have cheeseburgers, chicken strips, your normal theme park food, and the lunching pad, hot dogs, Mickey pretzels, slushies, things like that. There are no table service restaurants in Tomorrowland. Let's get on to rides. You have the Tomorrowland Speedway. You have to be 32 inches tall to ride. You can be 54 inches and drive your own car. This is open for early theme park entry. It's just, the little cars and you can drive around. It's really cute, but is it like something that's a must do? I don't know. If you have kids that want, the experience of driving their own cars, I think it's really cute. You have Space Mountain. That is a 44-inch height requirement. It is an indoor roller coaster, space themed. If you have people that are afraid of the dark or don't like thrill rides, this is not going to be for them. Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. My phone was ringing. The People Mover is for everybody. It goes around. It's going to go into where Space Mountain is. It takes you around Tomorrowland and kind of like gives you some audio recordings. I love the People Mover. It's very slow. It's good for everybody. The Astro Orbiter is closed right now at the time of filming, but I don't think it's supposed to be closed for very long. It is like the Dumbo ride, but it's on top of the People Mover. It's any height, no height restriction on that, but once again, if you don't like heights, that'd probably be really freaky. Tron Light Cycle Run, that is a 48-inch height requirement. That is a roller coaster, and you kind of sit motorcycle style, but they also have regular cars if you have accessibility needs or whatnot, or prefer to not sit like on a motorcycle seat. It's a really short ride. It's very, very fast. Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, that's any height. That one's really cute. It's like a little arcade game that you ride through and you shoot the little targets, and very fun to do. Okay, so your other attractions in Tomorrowland, Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. This is going to be an inside show thing where the theater rotates and it kind of takes you around from like back in the old days, and then it kind of goes into the future. It's really cute. It's great for when you need that mid-afternoon break. I would not prioritize it for like early theme park entry or anything like that. This is really great for when you're hot and you want to sit down. It's inside. It's dark. You might fall asleep, but it's a really neat little show. They also have Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. This is a comedy show and it is interactive, so you may get to tell a joke or be the joke. A character that you can meet in Tomorrowland is Stitch. Moving on to Fantasyland. Fantasyland is a heavy hitter. It's a huge area in the park, and it is also open during early theme park entry. So let's talk about quick service dining first. You have the Friar's Nook. It is open for breakfast, and they have some breakfast sandwiches, breakfast tater tots, and then they have like hot dogs and things like that during the day. And they also have beignets right now. I don't know if those will stay permanently, but at the time of filming they have beignets. There's also Pinocchio Village House. This one has flatbreads and sandwiches. However, if the It's a Small World song bothers you, probably don't sit inside because it is open to It's a Small World and you will hear that song over and over again. The table service restaurants are going to be Our Guest restaurant. So this one is going to be inside Beast's castle. It's not a character meal, but you may see Beast walk through. He doesn't stop for photos or signing or anything, but he does walk through and kind of wave. This is a prefix meal, meaning that you go and everyone pays the same price, adults or kids, but you have an appetizer, an entree, a dessert, that kind of thing. So you pick your own, but this is the price for the whole meal. You can't just buy an entree or just an appetizer. You must get everything. The food is good. It's dark in the restaurant. The restaurant is beautiful, but the lighting is really bad. So you're probably not going to get any like quality photos in there if that's something that is important to you. The other table service restaurant you're going to find in Fantasyland is Cinderella's Royal Table. So this one's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It is character dining. This is going to be a very expensive meal. A very expensive meal. But it is also prefix, so you're not going to go in there and just get some potato wedges and then head out. So be prepared to pay the price. You can find the prices on the app, but you will meet characters, princesses, more specifically. Cinderella is going to be there, and some of her other princess friends will come and meet you and sign autographs, take pictures, that kind of thing. So this is a great experience for people that really love princesses, young people or old people, and really want that experience of meeting the princesses but don't necessarily want to wait in the line several times. If you want to do a princess meal, I might recommend Akershus in Epcot, but if you're only doing a Magic Kingdom day and you really want to do Cinderella Royal Table, go for it. Let's talk about rides. There are so many rides in Fantasyland. We'll start with Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. That's going to be a 38-inch height requirement. And all of these that I'm about to say are going to be open for early theme park entry. You have Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. That's any height. Peter Pan's Flight, any height. Prince Charming Regal Carousel, any height. Dumbo the Flying Elephant, any height. Now with Dumbo, it's really neat because they have a playground that's inside. If you want your littles to have some time to like burn off some energy, this is a really great place. You can go and play until it's your turn to ride Dumbo, and they give you like a little pager. And it's a great place where you're indoors, so you get a break from that heat. Your kids get to play. It's very, very cute. Mad Tea Party, that's the spinning teacups, you know, the very classic spinning teacups. Those are any height. The Barnstormer, that is a little coaster. It's a 35-inch height requirement. It's a really great ride for your kids' first roller coaster because it's not like thrilling or anything, but they get that experience of being on a roller coaster. It's a Small World Classic, that's any height. And the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh is also any height. I love it. It's adorable. It's very cute. Other attractions in Fantasyland are going to be Enchanted Tales with Belle. Now this is great. This one is so awesome. You go into Belle's cottage, and that's where the queue is. You kind of go through, and then when it's your turn to actually like experience Enchanted Tales with Belle, you are transported, I should say, into the castle through magic, obviously, and then you have the opportunity to take part in the retelling of the classic Beauty and the Beast story for Belle herself. It's like a surprise, and you meet Belle, and everyone has the opportunity at the end to take a photo with Belle and kind of have that little meet and greet. It's a really super fun experience. There is the Casey Jr. Splash and Soak Station. It is a splash pad. Is that random to have in the middle of Magic Kingdom? I think so, but very fun. Just make sure that if your kiddos are into splash pad situation, you have bathing suits or changes of clothes or whatever. And then Mickey's PhilharMagic is a show, like an indoor movie theater type show. It's 3D. It stars Donald Duck and lots of classic Disney songs. This show is very funny, very entertaining, and a great way to relax out of the heat. Characters in Fantasyland. You can meet Ariel. This is cartoon version Ariel. Obviously, she's a person, but she is based off of the cartoon version of Ariel. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger are in Fantasyland. Mirabelle is at Fairy Tale Garden in Fantasyland. Tiana and a Visiting Princess, which is usually Rapunzel. I say usually because I've never seen it anybody other than Rapunzel, but you never know. So they meet in Princess Fairy Tale Hall. And then on the other side of Princess Fairy Tale Hall, you get Cinderella and a Visiting Princess, which is usually Elena of Avalor. You can meet Donald and Goofy and Minnie and Daisy in Pete's Silly Sideshow. It's in the Casey Jr. circus area. And then you can meet Peter Pan as well. Moving on to Liberty Square, starting with dining, our quick service is going to be Columbia Harbor House. This is New England-inspired seafood. You have Sleepy Hollow. They have corn dogs, Mickey waffles, and they have like fruit, and they have a Nutella one, and they have chicken and waffles. Good stuff. The table service dining is going to be the Diamond Horseshoe. This is going to be family style, and it is open for lunch and dinner. It's $44 per adult. Now, this is like Thanksgiving food, turkey, pot roast, mashed potatoes. The other table service is Liberty Tree Tavern. Also open for lunch and dinner. It's the same menu. So, I don't know why there's two restaurants, but they're both family style and same exact food. I know Liberty Tree Tavern is extremely popular, so maybe they opened it because of the popularity. I don't know, but they're both open in Liberty Square and they have the same menu. The rides in Liberty Square, you're going to find the Liberty Square Riverboat. This is like a steamboat, very big steamboat. It's any height. And Haunted Mansion, also any height. 999 Happy Haunts. It's a classic. So other attractions you're going to find in Liberty Square is the Hall of Presidents. This is like a presidential show with president animatronics. It is temporarily closed right now, but it's opening later in, I think, the summer. So if you're going in the summer or fall, you should be good to go on the Hall of Presidents. And characters that you can meet in Liberty Square are Chip and Dale. Frontierland is next. We're making our way around back to the beginning. So the dining in Frontierland for quick service is going to be the Golden Oak Outpost. And they have like hot honey chicken, they have shrimp gumbo, they have stuff like that. It's like a cart thing. Then you have Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. They have tamales, nacho bowls, salads. Very, very good. I had a tamale there when I was there recently. It was delicious. The rides in Frontierland are Big Thunder Mountain, which is currently closed. But if it's open when you go, there's a 40-inch height requirement. It's not going to be open until 2026, I do believe. And they do say that there's going to be new magic. So I'm not sure how much is being reimagined, but I'm excited to see. The other ride is going to be Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That is a 40-inch height requirement, and that is a virtual queue only. So, if you are really, really badly wanting to go on Tiana's, make sure that you understand how to use the virtual queue. And if you are one of my clients, that's something we talk about. Don't sweat it. So the characters that you're going to meet in Frontierland are the country bears. They kind of walk around outside of the Country Bear musical area. So next we come to Adventureland. The dining in Adventureland is going to be, for quick service, you're going to find Tortuga Tavern. It has barbecue sandwiches and hot dogs. It's only open seasonally though, so if you're not there during like a peak time, it may or may not be open. And then for table service, you have Jungle Navigation Co. Limited, Skipper Canteen. Nobody calls it that. It's just Skipper Canteen. It is open for lunch and dinner. They serve African, Asian, and Latin-inspired entrees, and the prices are like $15 to $35 per entree. And then the rides in Adventureland are going to be the Magic Carpets of Aladdin, that's any height, Jungle Cruise, any height, and Pirates of the Caribbean, also any height. Those three are super fun. Magic Carpets of Aladdin is like kind of like a Dumbo ride too, but you're on a carpet. The camel in front of it will spit on you if you're not careful. The Jungle Cruise is like a boat ride. It's very slow moving, and you are guided around the different waters around the world by a skipper, and they tell some really great jokes. I love the Jungle Cruise. It's very funny. I think everyone should go on it. Pirates of the Caribbean, that's a classic, and that's going to be an indoor ride. Also a boat ride. It is any height. It does have a small drop, very, very small. They don't even have seatbelts on it, so I mean, it's nothing crazy. Characters that you can meet in Adventureland, you can meet Princess Jasmine and Aladdin. Okay, I missed some stuff in Frontierland. Skipped right over it. For other attractions, I didn't mention this. Tom Sawyer Island. It's a little island. You ride a raft over there and you can walk around and like kind of tour a little Tom Sawyer Island type thing. And then there's also the Country Bear Musical Jamboree, which is a little show with the Country Bears. They sing some songs. It's very funny, very cute. Definitely a great way to take a break and get out of the heat. Okay, now let's talk about parades and shows. The big fireworks show, Happily Ever After. The times for that is going to be on your app. You can find your specific day that you're going to be in the park and make sure that you have the right time for that. There is Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair. That's going to be a stage show in front of Cinderella Castle, and it happens several times out of the day. You're going to find the times on your app. The Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade. This is the huge parade. The big giant floats. It's going to lock down the big main sidewalks and stuff through the parks, and it will start in Frontierland. So if you really want to see it but you don't really care to have like the castle background, I would watch it in Frontierland because it moves on and then you can kind of get back to your day. Whereas if you go in to watch it in front of the castle, it's going to take like a good 15 minutes for it to get from Frontierland to the castle, and then the traffic is just insane after it, so you're kind of locked in for a good long bit. But if you want to see the parade, I would watch it from Frontierland. You can get back to your Disney day pretty quickly after. They have the Disney Adventures Friends Cavalcade, which is just like a little walking parade mostly. It's very cute. You'll see a bunch of characters. And then Let the Magic Begin is an opening ceremony. It's a little Mickey show in front of Cinderella Castle, and it happens right before the park opens. So, there are some things that are called Enchanting Extras, or there's some events and tours, and we're going to talk about those now. So, Capture Your Moment is a 20-minute photo session. So instead of just going around and getting your photo taken by the PhotoPass photographers, this PhotoPass photographer kind of follows you around and takes your pictures for 20 minutes. It is an extra cost, and you do have to either have a memory maker to get your downloads or pay for the photos after the fact. They're not included in the session. There's also an after hours event at Magic Kingdom. It's 3 hours, and it's, at night. So this may or may not work for your party. If you guys are night owls, this is perfect. The lines are almost non-existent, and you get as many Mickey bars, bags of popcorn, and sodas that you can eat. They are included in the price of your ticket, and you can go into the park before it closes, so you get a couple of extra hours on top of that 3 hours during the event, so that if there's any like quick services or table services places that aren't going to be open for the after hours event, you can do that before the park closes without needing a day ticket. These are separately ticketed events, so this isn't going to be included in your normal park ticket. You can even do a VIP tour. This is going to be a 7 hours minimum tour, so you can do 7 to 10 hours. These are very costly. This is kind of like, when you see celebrities at Disney or whatever, they always have VIP tour guides, but you can have one too. It's going to cost you though, but you can have up to 10 people in your group, and if the 10 of you split that cost, maybe it's not so bad. But they're going to take you to the front of the lines. They take care of you. They're going to give you all of the Disney knowledge that you can stand. It's a really great thing if you have something that you want to splurge on. Let's talk about a tour. So in Magic Kingdom, they have a tour called Keys to the Kingdom. It's a 5-hour tour, and it's going to take you in and around Magic Kingdom. You are going to get to go under Magic Kingdom, because if you didn't know, Magic Kingdom is built on top of tunnels, because they kind of built like a warehouse underneath, and then they built Magic Kingdom on top of that because of Florida and the kind of the sea level, whatever. So there's actually tunnels underneath Magic Kingdom. Very neat. And with Keys to the Kingdom, you can go into those. It's going to be around $150 per ticket, and you must have a ticket to Magic Kingdom on top of that. And you have to be at least 16 years old, but don't worry about that $150 because your lunch is included in that price. So, no big deal. There are 2 holiday parties in Magic Kingdom. You have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. That's going to take place between August and October, and it's the Halloween party. You trick or treat. It's a really good time. And then there is the Very Merry Christmas Party. It's the Christmas version of that party. You go around, you have hot chocolate, you can have cocoa. I have a video on it on my YouTube. It's very, very fun. Okay, there's some few other things that you can do at Magic Kingdom that maybe you didn't know about, and here they are. So the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique is for kids from ages 3 to 12. They have princess packages and they have night packages, so something for everybody. These packages start at $99.95. They basically are a little makeover, so you can do a night makeover or you can do a princess makeover. They'll do your hair and your makeup, and depending on the package, maybe you'll do a princess dress, or you can bring your own, so you don't have to pay extra. So if you have a little princess that needs a princess makeover, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Now you're gonna have to get those reservations early, so let me know if that is something that you're interested in so that we can coordinate on that. There's also the Harmony Barbershop. Now you may not know this, but there is an actual barbershop in Magic Kingdom, and they're all licensed cosmetologists. You can do a My First Haircut package where they give you a little lock of the hair and a little hat, and that package starts at $28. They also have a child's haircut, an adult haircut, and a beard trim. So if you're there and your beard is scraggly, hop into Harmony Barbershop and they can take care of that for you. There are also dessert parties. So this is special viewing for Happily Ever After, and you get to do eat lots of desserts. And then for the final little extra, you can build your own custom Tron action figure, and that is going to run you $89.99. So if you're a big giant Tron fan, this might be right up your alley. Okay, last thing before we go. Transportation. So to get to Magic Kingdom, you can either drive your car. If you're driving, you will drive to the Ticket and Transportation Center, and then you will either board a monorail, ferry, or bus, and they're going to take you over to the main entrance. If you are staying on property, you get to park for free. It's not anything extra, but if you're staying on property, of course, you can use the complimentary transportation. Depending on your resort, it might be the monorail. If you're staying at the Grand Floridian, Polynesian, or Contemporary, you'll have that option. Or a bus if you are staying anywhere else. And with that transportation, they're going to take you right to the entrance of Magic Kingdom. You're not going to have to go to the TTC and then to Magic Kingdom. And you can also, there's a boat from Fort Wilderness. So there's several different transportations options for you there. So yeah, I would most certainly use the complimentary transportation so that I could go straight to the parks, but that is just me. There's preference, and I understand that. So we covered a lot about Magic Kingdom, but guess what? There's 3 other theme parks to go through. If you have access to my exclusive resources, which is free for anybody, you can access all 4 of the theme park videos now. If not, we'll have another one next week, but a link to join that is below. If you have a trip coming up, or if you're thinking about having a trip coming up and you want me to help, I would love to. The link to reach out to me is also below. So I will see you guys next time, and I hope you have a great day. See ya.